Okay, patterns and sequences. Sequences follows a pattern, okay? It looks at to see how an equation changes or how numbers changes. So, for example, if I have a sequence 4, 6, 8, 10, okay? What they want to do is know how this sequence change. So right here, this is plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, okay? So the first number, this is the first term, sometimes they call it the second term, the third term, the fourth term. So from the first term to the second term, you add 2. You're always doing the same thing. You add 2, you add 2, you add 2. What they're going to ask you to do is write an expression. They can ask you for write a formula. Or they can ask you to write a recursive formula. Sometimes they call this the implicit formula. Okay, those are the three things, okay? To write an expression, okay, all you have to do is look at the change to, and then how does it change from the next number? So it's 2n, okay, plus, okay, remember you're writing a formula. How do I get 4? 2 times 1 is 2, so I just needed to add 2. Okay. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 is equal to 6. See how that works? Okay. Writing an expression is like that. Writing a formula, we just have to use this right here, but put a of n in front of it. And the recursive formula, a of n, they look instead of at 1, 2, 3, 4, they look at how it changes. So the recursive formula always starts out like this. And how did it change? I add 2, okay? And you have to write down what your first term is. My first term here is equal to 4. So first I got 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, plus 2 is equal to 8, plus 2 is equal to 10. That's what the recursive formula is. Okay, let's do the example for the first problem, okay? The first 6 numbers in a pattern are shown below. If the pattern continues, which expression can be used to find the nth number in the pattern? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, 4, 5, 6. So all I have to do is start substituting. For example, 2, what is 2 times 1? Over 3. Enter. Okay, it's 2/3. Is that my first term? It's 2/3. So this one is wrong. N squared divided by 3. Control divide. So I'm going to do 1 square divided by 3. Enter. It's 1/3. So far, so good. Okay. Then I'm going to go to do the same thing. I'm going to delete here, and then I'm going to substitute 2. So first is 1, second one is 2. 4/3. Okay. Then I'm going to do 3. Enter. The answer is 3, so that's good. I'm going to go to 4 now. I substitute 4 in. (16/3), is that correct? 16/3. You can try 5 and you can try 6, but that is our answer, okay? The other way that you can do it, okay, is you can look for a decimal, 0.33. okay, 1.33, okay. You can change this to a decimal in your calculator. Okay, 16 would be 5.33, 25 should be 8.33. Okay, and then you can go to your graph, okay, f of x. So I'm going to put x squared divided by 3. Okay, enter. And then you can go to your table, control, divide, 0.33, 1.33. You see how it's the same? Or you can always do graph trace if you want. Alright. So let's look at the second one. Alright, if the pattern continues, okay, which expression? See, these are already. So what I'm going to do is, instead of going okay, I'm graphing this in f of x, okay? So my first is 7.75x minus 1.25. Control T gets you 0.5, negative 0.5, 0.25. So let's see if that's the answer. See, this is a negative, so this one is wrong. Okay, I'm going to go to the correct answer, okay? So let's try this one right here, okay? 0.25 minus Control T, tab, delete. Okay, it's 0.25 minus x minus 0.75, right? Let me make sure that's correct. That's what C is. Okay, so I do go Control T. If you notice, that is correct. So you can go to Control T to get your to look to see if your answers are correct, and that should be correct. Okay. All right. Did I skip one? Looks like I didn't. Okay. Now the next problem. Okay, why don't you try this one on your own? Okay, now sometimes they give you a picture, but you just don't have to worry. If the pattern, which expression can be used to find the number of circles that make up figure n? You're going to do the same thing, but you're going to make up your own sequence. 1, 2, 3. How many circles? 3, 8. How many circles? 4, 12, 15. How many circles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20, 24. How many circles? 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30, 32, 34, 35. I hope I count that right. Okay, and then use these expressions right here, see which one is there. Okay, go ahead and do that. Okay, try this one on your own. And then this one, you have to be careful here. This is the perimeter, okay? That means all the way around. Okay. Okay. Next counterform. A sequence can be generated by using the formula, all right? So if you look at this, this is the formula. Okay, where A1 is equal to 6. Okay, whenever you have this is the recursive formula. So what you're going to do, okay, A1 is equal to 6, you substitute A1 here first, okay, so you're going to do 4 times 6. So your answer should be 24. Okay, so your first term is already 6, your second term is 24. And what you're going to do from there is you get 24 and you're going to multiply it by 6. You're going to get 96. Right? 24 times 4. Now you're multiplying it by 4, sorry, because it's 4n times 4. Okay, so you get 96. Then after that, you multiply 96 by 4 again. Okay, and you should get 384. So what's happening here is it tells you just to multiply the number you get by 4. Okay, why don't you try this one right here, okay? And the next one. Okay, this time they ask you for the recursive formula. Okay, all you have to do is see how much the change is. See, is the changes you're adding 4 each time. Okay, so you want to know what your A1 is. Your A1 is equal to 17. All right, after that, you always start off with AN is equal to AN minus 1. Okay, so how did it change? You're adding 4 each time, so you just put plus 4. Okay, next problem. What is the recursive formula? Okay, how do I get from that number to that number? I multiply by 4. I multiply by 4. Okay, so my first number is 12. My second number is, okay, so A1 is equal to 12, then AN is equal to, I start with 4, I start with AN minus 1, right? Okay, I'm multiplying by 4 each time, so all I have to do is put times 4 at the front.